Howdy, folks, and welcome to another episode, our second episode of the Vermont State University College Football Revamped Dynasty. Today we're going to have the first game of the season. I cannot wait. Right now we're going to look at a little bit of recruiting. I'm not going to show a whole bunch today. We're kind of going to go a little bit more in depth as things kind of pick up. As weeks go by, we kind of understand who we're going to get, who we're not going to get, what races pop up between us and other schools. And again, you look at all these overalls, you're like, these guys suck. Well, you're right, but they are way better than who's actually on the team right now, which says a lot about our team right now. But that's all the fun in it. And these guys off rip, even the lowest rated guys are going to be just instant starters. We have a couple JUCO players who are in the mid-70s off rip, and these ratings fluctuate depending on how good they actually are, and we'll see once they get on the team how good each player actually is and all that fun stuff. So this is recruiting. This is what we have. We're kind of going through the positions, kind of let you know who we're seeing. Again, if you missed episode 1, go back and check it. That has kind of a layout on how we're recruiting, why we're recruiting the players we are recruiting, kind of the rules that we're going to put on ourselves in recruiting, so we just don't cheese it. So yeah, that's how we're going to do it. Now let's move on to kind of just take a look at the landscape of the NCAA. So here's our top 25. Navy leads the way. USC, Oklahoma, Alabama, Miami round out your top 5. Again, this has been simulated a few years into the save files. These aren't the teams you're used to knowing. You know, Texas number 10, Clemson number 11, Michigan number 12, Miami of Ohio. We're going to see them a lot in this series. They're right near at number 13, the first poll. So this is a whole different NCAA, a whole different landscape that you're used to seeing. And it is going to be fun, I think. And we're going to get to know a little bit of these players, some of these teams, and kind of re-immerse ourselves into this universe. Walter Jack is your favorite to win the Heisman in the preseason. Chase Hunt in Oklahoma, we'll see him later on this year. Andre Moore, so 2 midshipmen in that top 5. And Brandon Harvey, running back from LSU, rounds it out. So here we go, our first game against an FBS opponent. We'll let the credits roll. We'll be back here on ESPN in a few. Welcome into J Stadium, everybody. Vermont State and FCS Northwest. And it's the first game in FBS history for the Vermont State University Blue Jays. Here's the first play. Jadon Warren in the backfield. Read option, Kamani McDonald, and a flag on the first play. Looks like it's going to go against the Blue Jays. Holding is the call. So the first play in FBS history for the Jays is a penalty. David Gooden's the one who's going to get tagged with that penalty. 1st and 20 now. You see Coach Holmes not happy about it, and they're going to redo it. Carter in the backfield. 2 out wide. Carter takes the handoff. Runs over a defender and gets a few, but another flag on the field, penalty marker, and another holding call. And it's going to go on Vermont State. This time, the tight end Jackson Brown got a little too physical with his matchup, and now it's going to back up to 1st and 26. Not the start you want to see for the Blue Jays. Warren drops back to pass from the shotgun over the middle and misfires. 2nd and 26 now. First incomplete pass. See a safety creep up into the box. Orange surveys. Looks middle. McDonald had it and dropped it. 3rd and 26 sets up. Warren drops back, puts it in the middle, and intercepted. Holmes is going to pick it up, run it back to around the 10-yard line or so for FCS, and that is going to be the first turnover of the season. Jeremy Holmes gets it right out of the gate. Alexander flips it. Harris waltz right in. 6 points early. Adam Harris puts FCS up on the first play of their offensive day. Goes for about 12 yards. Carter up the middle, puts his head down, rumbles for 6 yards, trying to put that defensive, or their last offensive drive behind them. Fast forward to 3rd and 7. Trips to the right. Warren fires to Washington. He catches it, but 2 yards shy of the marker. It's going to go to 4th down. Pitch to the right side, and Harris has nothing but blue in front of him. Big block up ahead on the safety, and Harris 78 yards to the house. Big play there by FCS. Blue Jays try to respond, and they'll get 2, a modest gain, but something positive and something negative is Carter's down on the field. Next play for the Blue Jays, they will go to the line. Trips to the left. Warren pulls it back, read option look, and he's going to get a first down. First time the Blue Jays have moved the chains. 6 rushing yards for Warren. Nothing will happen of the Blue Jays drive. We go back to FCS. Harris puts a shoulder down. Gain of 4, and the first stop that the Blue Jays have got all day. They're going to pitch it out to Harris and drug down in the backfield. Alfonso Chance. He gets his first tackle, and the first tackle for loss for the Blue Jays. 86 yards for Harris, but a couple lost there after Chance came up and made the tackle. Next play for FCS, man in motion going left. They're going to run a sweep and another stop in the backfield as the Blue Jays swarming. That's a loss of 5, 3rd and 20. Ulysses Jackson credited with the tackle, had some help, and the linebackers' defensive line kind of shifted over towards the left side. Stopped Harris in his tracks. Now we got 5 wide. Alexander, he's all alone in the backfield. Surveys, fires, caught by Burns, and teleports his way for 25 yards just about. Gets over that first down marker, and after 2 good plays by the Blue Jays, it goes all for naught. And Harris rumbling, bumbling, stumbling his way. 12-yard pickup there. 100 yards over the century mark. 2 touchdowns already on the young day. Haven't got out of the first quarter yet. And Harris continues. Gets 12 on his own, then another 15 tacked on due to the face mask penalty. And Vermont State comes out of the gate doing absolutely nothing. Some trickery as Gold finds his way into the end zone. Gerald Gold gets the jet sweep. And we go right back to Vermont State. Their first possession after that touchdown. And as you can see, 3 and out. Could not convert on 3rd down. 2nd and 10, so Vermont State somehow got a stop. And they're going to run the read option again. Harris on the pitch, and 2 Blue Jays collide. And boy, oh boy, this is getting ugly quick. Adam Harris, another huge gain, 28-0. Warren back to pass, and he's down. He's only completed 1 out of 9 so far, and that's not a good sign. We're going to see Darvion Dudley for the first time, the backup quarterback, and there's a reason. Misses over the middle, would have been a first down. So after 1, it is 28-0. Vermont State needs to turn some things around. We'll be back here on ESPN. Brandon Alexander tries to go with the quarterback draw. He's going to get stuck behind the line. 2-yard loss. Reggie Smith, him and Tony Jennings were right there to kind of plug up that middle as he was trying to go right up the gut. 3rd and 12 now is going to have a screen pass, and Armstrong loses the ball. It's going to be a fumble picked up by Vermont State. Deron Clark is the one who has it. And is this going to count? Yes, it will. He has the ball on the first turnover from Vermont State. Hopefully this can lead to some offensive momentum. And the man to poke it out, Anthony Walker. Ball's clearly loose after the replay. And we will find ourselves in a 3rd and 6 situation. Warren over to McDonald. Kamani McDonald. He's going to be a fantastic player throughout this season. It's never a good sign as he's actually looked at by the trainers. So hopefully he is okay. Warren surveys, going to step up in the pocket, take off, and scamper for a nice little 6-yard gain. 3rd and 4 now. Little Texas route, and Hassan Everett can't hold on to it. It's been a tough day passing the ball, but Vermont State has to keep it going. They're down by so much. Coach Holmes going to keep his boys on the field. 4th and 4 here at home. Vermont trying to get on the scoreboard for the first time. Warren, oh goodness gracious. Not even close. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Brandon Alexander only asked to throw a couple times. And you see on your screen, McDonald out for the season after breaking his elbow. And that is unfortunate. A player who is looked upon to be one of the few bright spots on this roster as Harris goes for 18. Out for the season. We'll see how Vermont State combats that loss. Harris now this time gets it off of the jet sweep. Stiff arms a man and gets 11 on the carry. He is a man possessed today. 203 yards already. We're not even halfway through the second quarter. Alexander zips over the middle and Gold drops it. And the first time that FCS is going to leave a drive without points. So a moral victory here for Vermont State. Warren all alone in the backfield, looks over the middle, and Cedric Wiley. It is raining here in Montpelier, but you have to make that catch. 3rd and 10 over the middle. Zach Hill gets the screen and can't quite get first down yardage. 4th and 2, and they'll punt the ball back. After a field goal earlier, it's going to be toe tap by Casey Armstrong. Lost the ball earlier, but makes a very good catch right there. Keep this drive alive for FCS. Alexander looks, and no pressure getting home in this screen pass. You got offensive linemen by the goal line, and the flag on the field. As that's going to go, offensive pass interference is the call. 3rd and 16. We'll see what FCS dials up here. And they're going to run the same play, and again, no one's going to get home. Finally, a free rusher shakes him off is Alexander and flips it over to Gold. He's going to break away. This is going to be a touchdown, but not so fast. That's a flag on the field. And again, offensive pass interference, and they will bring it back. 3rd and 26. Motion man. Alexander over the middle. Ramsor, and bailed out. Had him stopped easily behind the first down marker by a few yards, but a flag there keeps it going. FCS will score. Rolling out Schroeder, a little bit of a move. His first catch of the day. He'll gain 4. 3rd and 6. See if Vermont State can get anything going. And after a break in coverage, Kalon Foster on 1st and 10 picks up 27. The best play we've seen all day from Vermont State. Warren again, going to go back that way. And Foster again, 20 yards. And they are set up. And with 2 seconds left, we'll kick it to the radio call for this kick. And for the first time, Vermont State looking to put points on the board. And yes, Preston Williams, that's your man. 3 on the board for the Blue Jays. And for the first time as an FBS program, they're going to get 3 points. And we are at halftime here FCS Northwest leads 38-3. Vermont needs some answers. Pick it back here. A minute gone in the third quarter. 3rd and 2. And Martin right up the middle sheds a tackle. What would have been a no-yard gain ends up being a 5-yard gain. And Vermont State is struggling to do all the basics today. Bootleg, and he's just going to run. And he has a lot of room. Alexander puts his head down, picks up 21 off the QB play-action bootleg. Just stayed naked and kept it going the whole time. Martin, boom, stick. Breaks another tackle, and Martin, the backup running back, it's not any easier to bring him down. And what a tough play. Oof. That is a hard hit, and then trying to come back, make the tackle. Oh, again, gets laid out. That is not something you want to see. So, 2nd and 7 now, Vermont State surveys. Quick throw to Foster. He's going to drag his man through first down territory. 1st and 10. 5:11 left to go in the third quarter. Washington open underneath. Little spin move. Juke move to get himself free. 14 yards for the third-string wide receiver. 3rd and 10 now. Struggling to do anything with it. And Johnston steps in front of that one and is picked. Warren throws his first touchdown of the year, but unfortunately it goes the wrong way. FCS piling it on now. 52-3. 2nd interception for Warren on the day. And Johnson just steps right in front. Looks like Jackson Brown was the intended man. Later on, swing pass to Martin. Just muscles his way. No tackling at all. And it's 59-3. Joey Browning in the game. He's going to pick up the necessary yardage and then some to get a first down. First time we've seen him today. Carter spin move. He's going to get himself 10. 3rd and 10 now. Trying to keep the drive alive. Just trying to do something good. Foster has to adjust to it. And the first play of the fourth quarter goes nowhere for the Blue Jays. 4th and 3 at this point. You got to keep it going. And a strike to Zach Hill on the left side. And if he didn't step out of bounds, he would have kept going. Good stiff arm. 2nd and 1, Carter up the gut, and for the first time really all day we see some semblance of life on the offensive end for Vermont State. Warren goes over the middle. Foster has to hang on to that. That could have been potentially the first touchdown we've seen. 4th and 14, they end up not getting it, and we are just going to fast forward through this one. For the last play of the game, little handoff to Cole Edwards, and he is going to find some artificial turf, kneel it out, and that is going to be it. Vermont State bullied on their home turf. Adam Harris, 262 yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns, and that was a man possessed. Vermont State gets bullied on their home turf, their home opener, their first game as an FBS program, and a team that they've routinely beaten on the FCS level just didn't have it. Don't go anywhere. We'll hear from Coach Holmes in his post-game interview. Coach, kind of came out flat-footed. What do you guys have to do? First of all, I just want to apologize to the fans for having to see that. I mean, we've played these teams before. We didn't show up, and that's something on our players. That's something that on our coaching staff that we have to just write for next week. I mean, we can't be doing things like this. We're going to be playing an actual FBS opponent. We're going to play a nationally ranked FBS opponent after our bye week coming up. And we can't play like that. It's kind of embarrassing, and it's on us coaching staff that we didn't have our players ready to go. Coach, score your first few points as an FBS program. You've been here for about 7 years now as a FCS program. And how much does it mean to you to kind of get on the board? Well, it would have meant more if we didn't let them score 8 touchdowns. Again, something we have to look on forward to, and we're excited for next week. That's going to do it here from Montpelier. Next opponent's Oklahoma State. Doesn't get any easier. Again, F's across the board for Vermont State, and only 3 points put up. And we're going up against a top 25 program with 664 wins under their belt. Vermont State have a lot to get right if they want to hang here. Here's the schedule the rest of the way, and that's going to do it here from the Vermont State University Dynasty. Make sure to like, subscribe. We're going to start pumping these out. Make sure in the description link, follow my Twitter. You'll have a little update every time I tweet out the links to these videos. Also, my broadcasting channel. I'm a sports broadcaster, so I have a nice little broadcasting channel with a lot of highlights and things like that on it. So make sure to check that out as well. We'll see you next time here from Vermont State. 33 games. I'm Cody Shalafu. We'll see you